Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's weather forecast, we are going to be going over what we can expect for the next few days, which we are going to be tracking that storm system along the East Coast, which does look to bring that potential for damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. And those could both be caused by thunderstorms and as well as intermittent wind gusts, which are wind gusts not caused by thunderstorms. So make sure to get ready for that by securing your objects. Plus, we will also be going over some other storms that we could see as we get into the future and even towards Christmas, as another winter storm or two could definitely be around by that time. So like I said, make sure to stay tuned till the end so that we guys know what to expect as we will be tracking all that. Don't forget to click that subscribe button down below, as we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest. We might even go live for today, so definitely consider clicking that subscribe button and as well as that notification bell so that way you guys don't miss out on any future video or live stream that we do on this channel. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up as well. This helps out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have down below. Feel free to leave anything down below and I will get to those right after today's weather forecast. But let's first go ahead and start off with what we can expect for the next few days by taking a look at these watches, warnings, and advisories. Starting off with the New England area, where on the western side of New England, especially areas near the lakes, we are going to be tracking some potential snowfall on the backside of that storm. But if you go towards the East Coast, we are actually going to be dealing with those higher wind gusts, upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour, heading from Portland, Maine, all the way back down there into New York City. So definitely get ready for that, as there could be anywhere from 60 to 70 mile per hour winds along those coastal areas. We even have some wind advisories in effect for parts there of the Appalachian Mountains, heading from Virginia all the way back down into western North Carolina, and we even got another one in effect for parts there of South Carolina. And then we also will be tracking some winter storm potential across the Great Lakes region too, as well, as we head into the next few days. Let's now go ahead and talk about the storm system now. Starting off with the severe weather threat, we do have a slight risk for severe weather across those coastal areas, heading from Rhode Island all the way back down there into the Carolinas. And the main concern for today is going to be that threat for some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. That's enough to cause things to blow around. That's enough to cause damage to roofs, siding, and trees, and that's even enough to cause some numerous power outages. So make sure you are securing your objects, and of course having a way to power up your house by like having a generator or even a flashlight around, so that way you guys can stay safe if the power does go out. And not only will that be the main concern, but we'll also have that risk for even a couple of tornadoes across North Carolina too as well. So make sure you are prepared if you do live across those coastal areas in North Carolina, as not only will we be tracking the potential for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour across those areas, but we could even be seeing a couple isolated spin-up tornadoes too as well, that could really cause some problems along those coastal areas of North Carolina. So make sure you are prepared for both. And like I said, the best thing to do is have a way to power up your house by either having a generator or a flashlight, so that way you're able to see. And that's always something to even be prepared for, even if there isn't a storm around, as the power could go out anytime. And here's what the reason why we're concerned about a few tornadoes and as well as damaging wind gusts for today. Because if we look at those supercell composite numbers, we are going to be seeing that potential for damaging winds across those areas in New England all the way back down there into the Carolinas. Carolinas, as we are seeing some 1s and 2s pop up across those areas farther north. That's enough to where we could definitely see some wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, but it's mainly going to be down here towards the Carolinas where we do have enough to even support an isolated tornado. So definitely be aware about that, as those significant tornado parameter values will be high enough to support a few tornadoes, like I said. So make sure you are prepared, as there could very well be a few isolated tornadoes causing some damage off those coastal areas of North Carolina. Let's now go ahead and look at your outlook for flash flooding for today, and this is going to thankfully be our last day to watch for significant flooding, as there is a slight risk for flash flooding across those areas in New England for today. If you go a little bit far down south towards New England, the flash flood threat does get a little bit lower, but you guys in North Carolina should still be prepared for even a little bit of minor flooding, as some of those storms are definitely likely to contain some very heavy rainfall, but it's especially going to be you guys up there in New England that will see that risk for flash flooding, as there will also be that risk of melting snowfall due to rain and as well as higher temperatures. Let's now go ahead and also talk about another thing that we're going to be watching closely for off the East Coast, and those are damaging winds not caused by thunderstorms. We are also going to be seeing that potential for wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour across some of these areas, especially across parts there of eastern Long Island, back up there towards Rhode Island, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. You guys are likely to see wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour across some of those areas, so make sure you are prepared, guys. Even though you guys are seeing those chances for damaging winds caused by thunderstorms, you guys have a much higher chance of damaging winds not caused by thunderstorms, and usually those winds not caused by thunderstorms usually last and gust a lot longer, so you guys are actually more likely to see power outages for today, as like I said, as there will be that potential for wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour across some of those areas. And even you guys along the Carolina coast, we might see some wind gusts getting as high as 60 miles per hour along those coastal areas of Carolina, and same goes up there towards Maine. So like I said, even though we are mainly seeing those chances for damaging winds caused by thunderstorms, those winds not caused by thunderstorms can still be a huge problem. So you guys are more than likely going to see power outages for today, as we will likely be seeing damaging winds from both storms and not thunderstorms. And those wind gusts will continue up the coast as we get into Thursday, with still some pretty high wind gusts continuing off the coastal areas of Maine. Most of that should be offshore, but we still could see maybe a few 60s across those areas in Nova Scotia and as well as Maine. So definitely be aware about that as we get into tomorrow, which will be for your Thursday. Let's now go ahead and talk about some more storm systems that we can expect, because like I said, we got that one currently along the East Coast right there, as you guys can see, but we'll also be tracking the potential for some lake effect snowfall, as we are going to have a lot of cold air surge on in, and as that happens, we are going to be seeing lows in the negatives up there towards Minnesota, into Wisconsin, into the Dakotas, so make sure you are getting ready for very frigid temperatures as we head into the nighttime hours tonight, as that cold front is going to start pushing on in tonight and into tomorrow morning. So definitely get ready for that before Thursday, which like I said will be tomorrow. And then areas a little bit far down south, you guys are likely to see some pretty low temperatures. Some of you guys will experience the 30s, some of you guys will be in the teens, and some of you guys will even experience the 30s, especially you guys down there in the deep south. So definitely get ready for that, as there could be some lows getting near 32. And then after that, we will also be watching another storm system by the time we head into Sunday, December 15th, 2024, which will be the beginning of next week, where we are going to be tracking a pretty big storm across the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, which will more than likely bring some freezing rain across those areas north of Illinois and Indiana, while you guys south of Wisconsin and Michigan will likely be seeing more of that rainfall more than that rain and snow. So we we will be watching that very closely, so definitely get ready for that if you do live across the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, as both some rain and as well as snowfall will be likely, with even some areas of freezing rain also being possible. And then after that, we will be tracking another storm system as we head into Tuesday, December 17th, which will only be a few days away from Sunday, so definitely get ready for this as we get into the middle of next week, as not only will we have that storm system still ongoing that we just took a look at a second ago, but we'll also have a lot of rain and snowfall ongoing across those areas, across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and as well as into the deep south. So definitely get ready for that, as we will likely be seeing that storm system. And then after that, maybe even another one moving on through. This is probably going to be our best chance for a winter storm, as it does show a lot of heavy snowfall across the Ohio Valley as we head into Thursday, December 19th, which will be more towards the end of next week. We will be watching it very closely, but like I said, though, it's not really looking like anything too certain as of right now, as things, still look to change. Things are still looking to change as we are still heading very far out, and same as we get into Christmas remains very uncertain still, but the GFS actually is now thinking that we might see a little bit of a Christmas over here towards the New England areas and as well as the Great Lakes region, but that still remains very uncertain, so obviously take that with a grain of salt, as yesterday the GFS model showed one here, and now today it shows one more towards the Mid-Atlantic and as well as New England, so things are likely to change a lot still. Let's now go ahead and look at your total snowfall, and as you guys can see, we are going to be tracking a lot of heavy snowfall across the Cascades and Rocky Mountains, but the area that we're especially going to be watching for is this area right here, where places like New England, back into the Great Lakes region, Ohio Valley, and upper Midwest, you guys could all experience at least a few inches of snowfall by the time we get into Christmas. So we will be watching it very closely. Just keep in mind, though, that this is all still very uncertain, as we don't really know exactly if we're even going to be seeing a white Christmas across the United States. But like I said, though, it is definitely something to watch closely for, as we could definitely be seeing a few feet of snowfall across the Great Lakes region. And then for your total rainfall, likely to see a lot there across those western areas of both Washington, Oregon, and as well as into California. And those could even be caused by a couple more atmospheric river events that could be rolling on through those areas. So we will be watching that very closely. And then you guys over here across the east will likely be seeing quite a bit of rainfall as well, as anywhere from 1 to 4 inches will be possible across much of the eastern United States, as we're just going to be seeing these training storms ongoing from west to east. So definitely be prepared for that, as there will likely be that risk for flash flooding all along the east coast, especially for today, while there will be that potential for a lot of rainfall, as we are going to be seeing a lot of storm systems rolling on through the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and perhaps the deep south. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy today's weather forecast. Consider subscribing to the channel, as we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest. We may go live for today, especially if things do start to ramp up. It's really just a wait and see to see if things really do get active, so make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell just in case we do go live for today. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have down below. Feel free to leave anything down below, and I will get to those in just a moment. And I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.